Hey, I'm Ann Wilson, and we're back for pillar number 2 of the mini series of the 5 pillars of financial resilience. So if you haven't watched the first blog or vlog on this, on pillar number 1, which is understanding money, leadership, and management, head and watch that first. Now, there are 5 pillars that we all need working for us, supporting us to create our wealthy ecosystem. These elements of financial well-being, of resilience, that when we have in place, really support us in this realm of financial well-being, making sure we no longer stressing about money. We're no longer stressing about our future financial well-being or waking up at night, how are we going to pay those bills? What's going on? You know, financial stress is the number 1 stress in most people's lives. They report this underlying, just constant nagging. Am I going to have enough, in the future? Now? Is what I'm doing okay? How do I know that I'm not going to, lose what I have? How am I going to be sure that I'm not going to end up destitute one day? And so when we understand that there's these 5 pillars that we can put in place that give us this almost just guaranteed well-being in life, in this relation to our money stuff, that's when we can start really feeling supported by our money rather than stressed and enslaved by it. So pillar number 2 is all about assets. Yes, these are investments. Now remember, the aim of the wealth game is to get in place all assets and investments that earn money for you, that can pay for your lifestyle, so you have freedom. You have freedom of choice. You have freedom to choose how to spend your life force and your time, how to spend it, who to spend it with, because you are not having to spend your time or your energy on working for money. This is what financial freedom is. Financial freedom is having investments that pay for your lifestyle. And so what are these assets? Pillar number 2 is about making a disciplined, regular, consistent habit of investing into assets that can start building up and working for you, that can then pay for your lifestyle. So the first asset class is stocks and shares. This is also called equity. And a lot of people go, what? And that sounds so scary. But understand this, when you invest in the stock market, you're not actually investing in stocks in the stock market. The stock market is just you invest through the stock market. What you're doing is you're owning a slice of amazing businesses around the world. And so many people get so scared of this investment class. They think it's scary and dangerous. They've seen movies like the Wolf of Wall Street, and it's all this machismo and that couldn't be further from the truth. From a simple investment in an index tracker product, you can own companies from around the world, no matter where you are. You can be in Albania, Australia, Albuquerque, Alberton. And through a simple online broker platform, you can own the top 500 companies in the US, the top 100 companies in the UK, the top companies in Australia. You can own all the top companies in the world. You could be a shareholder in your Amazons and Facebooks and Googles and Teslas and Netflixes and Zooms through simple investment products called index trackers that cut out middleman, all these costs, so money works for you. Now I've got some great resources for you to drop in deeper and understand about index trackers. I've got an ebook for you called Expand Your Dough, so click on that link, get that. I've got some masterclasses for you. But really understand that this asset class of owning slices of other businesses that you get to benefit from, both in the growth of those companies and the profit that they pay out, called dividends, to their shareholders, is how this part starts growing for you. And it's one of the easiest asset classes to start with small amounts of money, from 25 pounds, 40 US dollars, 300 Rand a month, even less now with automated, what are called robo-advisors, fractional shares. Now I'm getting into some technical language. The point that I want you to get is you need to get assets working for you. This asset class is much simpler to get involved in than most people think. Smaller amounts of money, and what is so important is you need to get investing, because this is why it's pillar number 2. After you've got clear, You don't want to wait until you paid off your debt. You're not going to wait until you got more money. You have to make getting assets in your life your highest priority, because only assets can create freedom. And we have to get assets working for us. So this asset class is really simple to automate. You can do it tax efficiently through your retirement funding, your pensions, through tax-free savings accounts, through ISAs. And when we realize this isn't complex, it's not dangerous, and we get it working for us, you can also automate it. And this is super important. Just get consistency of investing. So that's your first asset class. Your second asset class is what's called tangible assets. And mostly this is real estate, investment property. Now, first big wake up on this. Your home is not an asset. Nope. I don't care what the banks have told you, what the property industry have told you, that your home is going to be your biggest investment. Well, it's not an investment. It's a debt. It's a liability. I'm not saying don't have a home, but don't get caught into the illusion that constantly getting, a new home, building up the next one makes you wealthy. It doesn't. It's a big fat liability. It just increases your expenses. What I'm talking about here is property. It can be residential, it can be retail, commercial, industrial, physical property, but somebody else gets beneficial use of it. You own it, but it works for you because it grows in value and it can earn an income. And so this is an amazing asset class. I often call property the wealth Play-Doh, because there are so many different strategies you can be doing with this, from not even owning the property to get beneficial use, from a strategy like rent to rent, to buy to let. It's the easiest asset class to use expansion debt, where you can borrow against, and as long as your money is working at a rate bigger or harder than the cost of that borrowing, you can build your assets faster. You can also invest in this asset class through an index tracker product on your online broker, through things called real estate investment trusts. And now, thanks to technology and the internet, what is called syndicated or crowdfunding based investment platforms, you can also build a direct holding of investment properties from around the world. You can be sitting in South Africa and own medical building in the US, or a retirement home in the UK. You can build up these global portfolios of properties through direct investing, which was never available before, through the power of the internet and collaborative syndicated investing. But the point is, you want to be having these intangible assets, shares in companies, and tangible assets, investment properties, working together, because your assets also need to work as this ecosystem. It's never one investment, it's never one asset that's going to create your freedom. It's this diversified and asset allocated portfolio. So there's another entire video and training we've got on portfolio design. You can go and look for that. But this is really important to understand. Pillar number 2 is making this commitment to get these assets working for you. Now, the third asset class are low input businesses. I hate the word passive businesses, because quite frankly, there isn't such a thing. Because passive implies there is no leadership, there's no direction to it. Anything in your life, if you're going to be passive about it, it's going to be passive about it back to you. But why I call it low input is about you are not involved in the value exchange. You don't have to be involved actively in order for the money to flow. Systems and processes and other people's time and energy does that for you. You provide the leadership to it. So you've already seen, in a way, you're investing in equity in businesses through the stock market, real estate, property. They are low input businesses. These are other things doing the value exchange. They're doing the money making. Now, in this third category, this is where you can use the internet. This is digital businesses. This is royalties. If you take photographs and sell them over and over on a site like Shutterstock or stock photos. This can be music, royalties. You write a book, you get paid over and over. Digital courses that are delivered via the internet. This also can be in the physical world. Things like vending machines or automated car washes or laundromats. ATMs, most of the ATMs in the US and Europe are owned by individuals, not by banks, and person pays for that. Now, in other countries, you don't actually want an ATM because it might be blown up and stolen, but hey, so you've got to get clear on your market. But the point is understanding, you can have these multiple sources of income, these multiple things working for you in your wealth ecosystem, these assets. So this low input business category is enormous. This can include franchises. This can be licensing agreements. There's so many opportunities here. But the key thing is going, how do I use my creativity? What are elements that I can use? Could this be a big gig, a small side thing coming in? That this is a third type of asset class that you want working for you. And the fourth asset in this pillar is ourselves. We've really got to get clear that we are ultimately the greatest asset we have. First and foremost, for most of us, that's the first way we earn money. We can exchange ourselves. We do the value exchange. So I think it's really important to not dismiss that. We want to get to the point where we have the choice to do that or not, but keep expanding you, keep expanding your skill set. Are you making yourself more valuable to an employer, to your own business? We have to keep expanding our knowledge, our skills, but also our mindset of that leadership, these elements to not only are we increasing our skills of investing and building that side, how are we also expanding ourselves and making ourselves more valuable in our skill set and life? So when you focus on these four assets and how are you building those in your life, this is how you make this solid pyramid, because at the end of the day, that is the only way you're going to create freedom. So I'm Ann Wilson, the Wealth Chef, and if you're watching this anywhere other than over at thewealthchef.com, head on over there. You'll find loads of resources, many of the ones I've referred to here. Get that ebook, Expand Your Dough, watch those free trainings, really start understanding how are you going to get assets working hard for you. And in the comments below, I would love to know, do you already have assets working for you? Are you investing regularly, consistently? What are those assets? And if not, when are you going to start? Because here's the thing, you can't wait. Assets need to be working for you. Many people say, and when's the best time to start investing? And I'll say 20 years ago. But we can't go back. So the best day is always today, because it's the only day we have. Don't wait. Don't get caught into the when-then trap, because assets create your freedom and you need to get them working hard for you.